Hello. For my Instructional Design 605 course, I decided to do a small lesson plan on micromessages and what that means, not just in communication, but in general for learning. So micromessages are small, subtle, often unconscious messages we send and receive in the form of like word choices, gestures, treatments, or even our tone of our voice. So micromessages are everywhere, just about everything we say and do. So in my causal loop, we start at the level of behaviors. So behaviors, we all know, either reinforce either a good or a bad, positive or a negative choice, when it becomes to deciding to do something or not do something. So when adults, for instance, mentors, parents, teachers, behave in a certain way, that reinforces, in this case, I'd like to speak to gender equity and gender stereotypes and biases and that sort of thing. So thinking about girls going into STEM fields, science, technology, engineering, and math, or not going into those fields. So when adults, male or female, behave in a manner that makes girls feel like they are not capable or willing or able to do STEM type activities or fields or projects, then those behaviors are seen by those girls. Then when you go to the cultural stereotypes and stereotype threats, these are those built-in things that sometimes we don't even realize we do, but like girls, for instance, can't do science, or girls can't do math, or don't put that. Can you put that hammer down? Give it to your brother. Let him hammer the nail in. So those are stereotypes that are taught and learned and reinforced. Those feed into biases that we all have. Many of us, sometimes even myself, will find our bias against, in this particular case, knowing that girls can go in and do STEM fields. We all have biases. Some of them that we don't know are called implicit biases, but those biases then are reinforced by those cultural stereotypes that we learn, or those stereotype threats. And essentially, we build those biases up that, I'm sorry, you're white, so you really can't play basketball very well. I'm going to pick the African American tall player. Or, I'm sorry, you're a girl, so you might not want to take shop class, even though that's something you're interested in, you think you'd be good at. We don't necessarily do it on purpose, and sometimes we have good intentions, but biases exist. And then those words and the wording that I was using are micromessages. Some of them are negative and some of them are positive. Micromessages, those little things, as we said before, that, there's unconscious messages we say or communicate in the words or gestures or even our voice. Those things build up to create an accumulation of advantages or disadvantages, meaning girls hear them and they build up in their mind. So by the time they get to, for instance, middle school, they decide that they're not good enough for science or